All right, welcome home, Bitcoin Truth Seekers. It is January. It's sorry about that. Welcome home, Bitcoin Truth. Welcome home, Bitcoin Truth Seekers. It is January 11th. It is Wednesday. It's 1020. It's 1:25 p.m. here in the Arizona desert. So anyway, to get that right, welcome home, Bitcoin Truth Seekers. It is Wednesday, the 11th year's 2023. It's 1:25 p.m. 1:25 p.m. here in the Arizona desert. Sorry, that's one of the issues with just doing things live. You screw them up big time sometimes. Anyway, welcome home, Bitcoin Truth Seekers. Interesting day, some interesting news. Let's rock through it real quick. BitcoinDailyView.com, as always, got more for you there. Looking at the big indexes today, in general, up. Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P 500, all up. Got some deep green here in the S&P 500. I like seeing that. It's actually up 1.1% right now. Apple, Google, Amazon, Tesla, all up, and so is Microsoft. Nice to see Tesla in the green again. Amazon up 5%. I don't know why, but it is. Nice green day in general. Most sectors are doing pretty well. The index in general is up 1.1%. I like seeing that. It's a good day. Other indexes are up also, of course. One of the things that is enabling that is the dollar strength index today has been indifferent. Hasn't really had a positive day, hasn't really had a negative day. I'm not looking at it too granularly, but it didn't pump and didn't dump. It didn't really move today. So that gave the markets a chance to do something. Crude oil today, well, U.S. oil spot, definitely making a move today. Got back above the 20 WMA, slight upwards trend. That's cool. Look in the S&P 500. Nice thing is that it opened with a gap, and it also opened above the 50 moving average on the daily chart. I like seeing that. S&P 500 looking pretty strong. Bitcoin, another green day. I'll take it. Gold, green day. Silver, red day. Silver's kind of trailing off a little bit after it's been pumping so much recently in the last couple of weeks, but gold is a rocket ship to Pluto. It's nice to see. All right, looking at the big exchanges, in general, most of the big exchanges all day and have had starting to see some green. So starting to see some speckles of green in the top 60 exchanges here. But for the most part, most of the exchanges last 24 hours have had decreasing volume. You can see that in the 7-day graph. Any that are actually green that you might see here, like Kraken, Bitthumb's been green all day. See, coin check, whatever that is. Most of these green ones are Femex. Most of the green that we're seeing here, BTCX, they're all like really in the recent hour or two, these went green. So in general, what was that? Did I see one that was over 100%? No, it's 13. Okay, anyway, won't belabor it. Most exchanges in the red last 24 hours as far as volume, as in they have decreasing volume. Looking at derivatives on Binance, 26 billion, down 10% last 24 hours. There you go. It's nice to see it at least above 20 billion. It's even above 25 billion today. That's nice. Longs versus shorts with leverage definitely happening on Binance today. Looking at crypto, looking at Bitcoin in the top 100. Bitcoin 17,536. I'll take it. I like it. Flare, whatever that is, FLR, doing quite well today. Mina Protocol doing quite well. Avalanche, for obvious reasons that we're going to go into, doing quite well today. If you'd had the insider trading on that one, you'd have made some money today. Monero, nice to see, up 2.3%. I'll take it. All right. Looking at longs versus short sentiment, 46% long, 53% short on Binance. Definitely a short bias there. And for Ethereum, 38% long, 61% short. Definitely a short bias for Ethereum. All right, here's what I'm looking at. Now, of course, not financial advice, but we do have the CPI numbers coming out, tomorrow or the day after? They're coming out soon. I've read and listened to endless conjecture on is it going to be positive or negative, or how is that going to affect the market. All I can say is expect some volatility, most likely one way or the other. So for me, myself, I am looking at taking a little bit of my BTC hodl, maybe, and hedging it out, or maybe hedging some of that into a short. Basically, it's a 4-hour chart going way back here to December 30th. We've had, in general, this beautiful uptrend here, this nice upwards channel. So, since Friday, December 30th of 2022, beautiful uptrend here on the 4-hour chart. I like what I'm seeing. But note this, though, 4-hour divergence. Now, I'm not the biggest divergence person, but I know, and actually this is something that someone over at Blockchain Education noticed and posted in the chat, but I'm not the biggest divergence person, but I tell you, it is a it is a harsh teacher. It is a harsh reality, but it's true. It's kind of like it says in the Bible. The truth will set you free. Well, the part that may have been left out in translation is, but first it will piss you off. So anyway, um, most likely that 4-hour divergence, which tends to be very, very sticky, very, very accurate for Bitcoin. It does look like maybe we've been running up. It's been beautiful. Hitting the top of this channel, we're going to have to get through that, or we're going to have to probably do a retrace, and that would be natural. Just would it be to the heartbeat or to the bottom of the channel? So we got bearish divergence here on the 4-hour chart. Something to note. Also, if we look here at the 786 fib level, which is at 17,710, the way I drove it this morning, where I retraced it. Anyway, doesn't really matter. We're gonna look at that in just a second, but we do have a fib level up here, which is very, very important, and we'll look at that right. Where is it? Oh, come on, where'd you go? Right here. Sorry, now that shows up across all my charts since I put that there. But going way back to like March of 2020, where we visited the 3Ks, this fib sequence is really kind of stuck in there. It does tend to work, and if we look here, the 786 fib level is. Even though on the daily chart, we have this nice upwards channel we're seeing here. We are at the top of that channel. And of course, we do have that 786 fib level. That's really something we've been struggling, as you can see. We've been working on getting above that. We've challenged it a few times. We're going to break through this time or not. It's kind of an interesting situation. I do hear the CPI numbers are going to have an effect. I think that's tomorrow or the next day. But one or the other, I'm kind of curious. We're pushing hard here. How's it going to work out? Something I do note here is, if I still have it, let me use this chart here. This one's got the, where'd they go? Oh, sorry. My MACD went away. Anyway, right now we're still in a positive MACD, so that's something to note. And that's something else to think about with Bitcoin right now with this push. We are in a nice positive MACD. I could actually indicate, let me fire that up right now, just from MACD. It's a 4-hour chart. Let's see how the 4-hour chart looks. Let's just say not community technicals. Yeah. MACD strategy. That's one just standard old MACD. Just give me a MACD. Sorry about that. Just MACD. Anyway, I want to hold us up looking for it. Yeah, it's gonna be, well, this kind of works. MACD strategy. That's kind of fun. Anyway, so if we have a positive MACD right now, and we do on a daily for Bitcoin, that's a lot of upwards velocity. I could see maybe us pushing above this channel, finding support, maybe breaking above that 786, get back really, really in the sweet spot of where we want to be. So anyhow, bearish divergence, definitely take note. Top of the channel, be a logical place to retrace. 786 is right above. So something to think about. What are you going to do? Good question. I'm kind of debating what I want to do. I'm watching the shorter time frames here. Definitely, if we look at the 45-minute chart, let me just clear out some of the 45-minute chart. You can see this nice upwards movement here. This nice upwards channel. We're at the top. If we look at the indicators right now, if we kind of zoom in a little bit, you can see we're starting to turn positive. The squeeze indicator was kind of cooling off, but now it's pushing again. And binary candle's looking good. Directional index is right. ADX is in the right spot. Some volume coming in. This is not bad. I mean, it's all about, especially with the daily MACD being positive. And also, check this out. On the 4-hour chart, we are above the 200 moving average also. So this is really strong. I mean, it's kind of a strong chart. It's just some crazy circles here. Let me actually clean this thing off, just remove all that stuff. So anyway, 4-hour chart is looking kind of good. It's in the right spot. It's got great looking indicators here. Directional squeeze indicators looking good. Directional indexes is good. ADX is starting to chill out a little bit. Binary candles are looking great. We can see some nice volume coming in recently, last couple hours. So anyway, what are you going to do? It is an interesting moment. So are we going to break to the top of that channel and challenge that 786 fib level from that starts way back in March of 2020? That seems to be sticky and have some relevance, or are we going to just retrace before we continue up? Interesting moment. everyone's got their game plan. I do like this 4-hour chart. One thing I've noticed about the 4-hour chart is, like I say, these are called candles by Sam. You can find them over there at bitcoindailyview.com. Just search for candles or Sam, or just look in TradingView. Just look for candles by Sam. You'll find it there. When you have 3 candles or more in a row where the bodies line up, where very positive, very bullish, they turn purple, and of course when they dump accordingly, they turn yellow. But they tend to, especially on the 4-hour chart, they tend to denote velocity. And look at that. The more you start stacking these things, I mean, that's a lot. I mean, I know that I'm kind of getting a little bit esoteric on that one, but to me still, I think it has a value, especially on the 4-hour chart. Those do show a good deal of velocity. So top of the channel, above the 200 on the 314, above the 200 on the 4-hour, above the 200 on the 45-minute, and of course above the 200 moving average on the hourly chart, all looking good. Top of an upwards channel, not far from actually above that to a challenge the 786 fib level that was created way back on 2022 March. Let's actually, just for a little bit of fun here, I'm going to just, don't want to hold you guys up. We're going to rock through this quick. I promise we're going to rock through this really as quickly as we possibly can here. But let's just revisit that for one slight moment. So I think it's, insanely relevant, or I'm just insane, or both, But if we look at that, I mean, boom, that's March 2020. We visited the 3K levels. This, if you watch this, look at this fib, it has definitely, worked. Let me actually copy the link to chart image. I'm going to take that and just put it in the live chat. If anybody's interested in it, you can check it out. But, right now we are challenging that, look at that also. Check that out on the 3-day chart. We've got some candles by Sam firing off. That's 4 purple candles in a row. It's nice upwards velocity. Getting ready to challenge that 786, coming in at around 17,901 right now. All depends on how I draw the chart, but basically figure how I do the fib. But basically figure if we break 18,000, we've definitely gotten above that 786 more back in action. So what's going to happen? We're going to do it? We're not going to do it. What do you think? I mean, you can certainly watch on the shorter time frames here. Like for me, I love my little 45-minute chart. These here are the ATR cave. Basically, we definitely have room to the top that we could go. So. And if I was to look at this, like if I forget about it being, Bitcoin for a second, and just kind of stare at it, I would say that, I mean, check that out. You got like a lower high. So you got your low, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. Here you've got, like I say, a low here, higher high, just barely higher high, higher high, higher high, higher high, higher high. Although it's a moving average, and we still got room to move up in the ATR, range there, which is coming in about 17,700. So this is nice and powerful. It's moving up. Could it dump? Well, I mean, what would a dump be exactly? It all kind of depends on your time frame. So I'll leave it there. I've gone on about this just plenty, but right now these indicators are looking pretty good. I'm not seeing why Bitcoin's necessarily heading for a dump. Like I say, CPI numbers may come into play, but they probably won't. I'm not going to talk too much about the squeeze indicator because I want to do that some other time. But basically, I adjusted it, and so the squeeze is in when you see the white little golf balls, like where the center here. When you get the white firing off, or sometimes they're black, whatever. I made them white so you can see them against the black background. That's when you're squeezed. That's when you just kind of wait. And then once you break out of that, boom, you're good to go. So one of the things that oftentimes where I will hop out is where on the squeeze indicator here, if we started to go a little bit of trend down and we started to see some, the squeeze fire off, that's when I'd probably get out, because most likely that's when we're going to, we'll make an explosive movement up or down, but probably in this case down, unless the indicators supported that. Not happening. Anyway, this is beautiful. Nice vibe coming in. I'm just babbling, but it's a good day. So anyway, I remember all about that 786 fib level. Just figure around 17,900 or 18,000. We've gotten above it. Candles by Sam firing off here, 4 in a row. Purple candles. That's wonderful. If I was to do, I want to just see a MACD. Can I just see a darn MACD, people? I'm kind of curious. MACD strategy. No, I just want MACD. MACD. Where's it at? Just standard old MACD. Favorites, my scripts, technicals. What's that going to show me? I guess that is the MACD. Okay. So if you look at the MACD, this is kind of fun. MACD on the 3-day. It's something to note. MACD on the 3-day is very positive. I like seeing that. And also, we've got a MACD on the daily. Of course, like I've mentioned, is very positive, and it's crossing that heartbeat, that mid-range of the MACD. I mean, so this is a lot of upwards mobility. It's a lot of upwards push. It's all about, are we going to break above this channel or not? There's a 4-hour chart. Let's zoom in a little bit here, a little bit more. One more time. Let's just look at that 4-hour chart. It's very, very beautiful. You can see these beautiful, purple candles by Sam's firing up. I can easily draw a nice upwards channel, but we're definitely at the top of it. So what is going to happen? Boom. Well, actually, if I drew it like that, now that I look at it, if I drew an upwards channel like this, are we going to find support? Actually, let me fix that. Not quite. A little bit higher. Boom. Wow. Are we going to push up and find support on the top of this channel, or are we going to drop below? Right now, indicators look pretty darn positive, but we're definitely in a moment of something's got to happen. All right. Now, enough about that. Amazon AWS partners up with Avalanche to scale blockchain adoption. Now, this is insider info. If you'd have been doing really well today. So AWS, of course, Avalanche, AVAX, just pumped today on that news. And this is a tough one. It may continue, it may not, but that's really remarkable. So this guy's rolling, looking really good. Oh my gosh, look at that 4-hour candle. Bam, this thing took off. Charts looking strong still. Look at that massive volume that came in. I'm not going to get into this right now. It's way too, in my opinion, extend it. But dang, nice trade. Nulls versus BTC. Been watching this one today. It pumped like crazy over the 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart, and also, of course, on the 45-minute chart. This thing was really, really a rocket ship to Pluto today, but it's definitely giving it back. So you can see here, candles by Sam positive, candles by Sam negative. Nulls versus BTC pumped, giving it all back today. I'm not really going to look at alts today. I've taken enough time conjecturing on Bitcoin. I know nobody wants to hang out forever, but the one I'm going to look for, this is just for people that I know a lot of SHIB long time hodlers who kind of got they had the world by the ass and they had nothing. if you held SHIB too long, you definitely aren't happy. But one way or the other, if you want to back it at its all-time highs. The thing is, though, it's a 45-minute chart, I know, but we've actually been finding support, keeping it over the 200 moving average. I like it. It's been definitely bursty. It's coming back down. But look where it came down. Very healthy, perfect 200 moving average bounce on the 45-minute chart. Squeeze indicator, directional index, binary candles. They're all looking like, pretty positive. So they're beginning to trend towards the negative, towards the positive after this dump. Madrid ribbons have all turned green, so it's back on its way up. It's kind of doing, it looks like a coin that's basically recovering and moving up. I mean, if you, go way out, you can definitely see where, SHIB definitely has. Now, this is a matter of, I know that everyone sees things differently, but, for all my SHIB buddies out there who made a lot and in some cases lost a lot on SHIB, here's our bottom since 2021. We're not, are we there? Have we, capitulated completely? We pretty much made a lot, gave it all back. Bitcoin, SHIB's been nothing but, pretty much giving it back for quite a while. Have we found a bottom? I know it has challenged in the past. The 200, this is on the daily chart. One thing to definitely watch is, could we actually challenge the 200 and get back up again? It tried, way back in November 2022, did not quite make it. Maybe it's going to try that again. We'll see what happens. Anyway, to me, looking at the velocity on this short time frame here of the 45-minute chart, and even looking at the 4-hour chart. It's in the right place, 200 moving average wise. It is above. It kind of got above on the 4-hour chart, got above the 200 at 314, came back down, challenged the 314, kind of making a move again. These indicators show that it might still have some fight in it. So my SHIB buddies out there who kind of got, who are, life might be getting good. Let's see what happens. Remember, people, something that we forget, good things happen. Good things do happen. So Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart, I think it's kind of the big news of the week. Beautiful candles by Sam, nice upwards velocity in a channel, challenging that channel. Above that channel, not too far, right around 18,000 is that fib sequence that I made. Like I say, starting way back in 20, when was that? 20. Let's go look at that 3-day. Yeah, looking at that fib sequence made way back in 2020, March of 2020. I mean, this is a lot of data that we're pulling in here. It looks pretty nice. It's all about, I think for Bitcoin, if it doesn't hold the 786, if it doesn't kind of find this to be a place that, it dropped below, and then of course it challenges, it's tried a couple times to get above it. It has not. It's trying again, but the indicators are looking really strong. So let's see, Bitcoin, can it break through this glass ceiling and really get back in the game? I think that would be insanely bullish, and I'm kind of insanely bullish anyway. 3-day MACD positive, daily MACD positive, 4 hours and 1 hour and 45 and also 45-minute charts, all looking strong. Can we break back into something positive? We're going to find out. We're going to find out. You can see the 786 fib level did come into play back here in November 2020. It kind of found support there and then moved back up. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, everybody. Anyway, Bitcoin truth seekers, sorry if I went on a little bit too long about Bitcoin and stuff like that, but we'll see. It's all about, are we going to, find a little bit of a bump at the top of that channel, retrace a little bit and continue up? Or are we going to have a boom, a burst, and get back into that fib sequence that really has played out and been very powerful ever since March of 2020? There you go. I'm glad you're here, Bitcoin truth seekers. And remember, for every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, a piece of shit globalist cries. And that's a good reason to get up in the morning. Keeps me going. So keep stacking sats and chill. Take care.